y'all, man, we got Shang trailer breakdown, 10 rings explained, Abomination versus Wong, breakdown, hidden details. And yeah, this is they all different videos, but this is like more depth to it, man. So yeah, leave a like, man, on my channel. My channel is a bit new, and it's on the question, let me know in the comment down below. And yeah, straight to the video, my boy Cosmic Wonder and now but yeah, let's get it.
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. And last night we got the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings official full trailer. We got the teaser before, but this is a more fuller one. It has a ton in it, a lot to break down, but also we still are left with some questions, which I really like. It looks like Marvel isn't trying to reveal the entire movie before we go into it, but we still got an absolutely fantastic trailer. We got a bigger reveal of the Ten Rings and a little bit about what they do, which I'll be talking about in this video. We got a big reveal of the dragon, which is
we got a lot of shit on this motherfucker. All this shit is big old question mark for me. No cap.
Not Fing Fang Foom. He is in the comics, but they are not calling him that in the actual movie. I'll talk about that in a bit as well. And of course, what everybody is talking about, Abomination showing up at the end, and was that Wong? I have a little bit of evidence today that says yes, it was indeed Wong, but the question is, what exactly is Wong doing in an underground fighting tournament? But we'll talk about all of that and break it down in this video. And
Wong be everywhere, man. Shit, he could be at your house, it could be at the crib, he could be woo. Yeah,
if you are new, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU videos. Also, click the link in the description down below to enter my Marvel chair giveaway. So right off the bat, let's talk about that Wong and Abomination scene at the end. This is totally Abomination. If you actually put the closed captioning subtitles on for the trailer, it does say Abomination on the bottom. Now, unlike the Hulk downgrading to Professor Hulk, it looks like Abomination actually got a little bit of an upgrade. To be fair, the last time that we saw him was in The Incredible Hulk in 2008, and CGI technology has improved a lot since then, but he does look a lot beefier, and he's in this underground tournament inside of a cage doing a cage fight, and it looks like he is fighting Wong. Now, he is 100% fighting an actual sorcerer. We can see the sling ring on his hand, and we can see the typical magic that they use. Now, he does have the same build as Wong, and it looks like he kind of has the same head, shaved head as well, but a lot of people are still questioning whether or not this is actually Wong. Well, keep in mind, a while ago, we actually got this photograph. We got a picture of Benedict Wong, who plays Wong, and he was...
There we go, right there. That's Wong right there, man. If he in the picture, look, that's Wong right there, folks. That's Wong right there, man. Shit, that's Wong. And goddamn, that's Wong. Word. You feel me, man? No cap.
Was on the set of Shang-Chi, and he...
There we go. That's right there. That's Wong.
He's with Simu Liu, so he was literally on the...
I'm back. Oh, I'm back.
You can assume that he filmed some scenes and that this probably is him. Also, some insiders...
Yeah, of course, if he got a picture and he in the shot of the movie, yeah, that's him. That's obvious right there. I mean, I saw it, I'm like, that's Wong. My nigga Wong in the motherfucking building and shit.
This morning did come out and claim on Twitter that this is indeed Wong, Charles Murphy being one of them. Now, as far as what he's doing in this underground fighting tournament, we don't really know.
Yeah,
perhaps he could be there to get rid of the Abomination. But we do know that the Abomination is being set up for She-Hulk. It is confirmed that Tim Roth is returning.
That's why he in there. So now we know. I would never expect that he'd be on Shang-Chi. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's kind of good. We see him in here, motherfuckers. Now we know that he's in the motherfucking MCU. You know what I mean?
To play the Abomination in She-Hulk, as well as Mark Ruffalo playing the Hulk. So it's a surprise that we saw him in Shang-Chi, but not a surprise that we actually see him again in the MCU because we knew he was returning. Now, right away from the very first scene of the trailer, we see the 10 rings, or at least 5 of them on one arm. The other 5 would be on the other arm. And we hear Shang-Chi's father, who is going to be named Wen-Wu in this movie, talk about how the 10 rings actually helped his family come to power. In the comics, Shang-Chi's father is actually Fu Manchu, but they decided to change his his name for the movie. However, he is still the Mandarin. And this Ten Rings organization is the Ten Rings organization from the very first Iron Man film and from Iron Man 3. They are just sections and branches of what the actual Ten Rings organization is, which is controlled by Wenwu, who has the Ten Rings, which basically makes him almost unstoppable. Here we learn that he actually did want Shang-Chi to grow up and take the rings from him, use them, and control the Ten Rings organization. Now we see Wenwu use the Ten Rings to take down a lot of people and basically build his empire, and I'll talk about the powers of the Ten Rings in a little bit. But there's a big scene here where we see Michelle Yeoh's character talking to Shang-Chi. Now, Michelle Yeoh is playing a character named Jiang Nan, and Marvel hasn't actually revealed who this character is yet. It's not a character from the comics, but I have an idea of who this could be. I believe that Michelle Yeoh could actually be the dragon. I believe she could be the dragon taking human form to be able to talk to Shang-Chi. In the film, the dragon is supposed to be a protector, a guardian of an ancient city. And the city is pretty much what stands in front of the Mandarin's way of taking over pretty much the entire area of where he's at. After taking over all of these different dynasties, this is pretty much the last city standing against him. And it's supposed to be a sacred city where the dragon dwells. So I'm thinking she could be the dragon, who in the comics is named Fin Fang Foom, but they are not calling him that in the film. That has been confirmed. In the comics, the dragon is actually extraterrestrial. It's an alien, not an actual dragon. In the comics, its species is a McQueen, and this species does have the ability to shapeshift, but most of the time in Shang-Chi, he takes the form of a dragon. So it probably wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that this dragon could shapeshift, especially if it is an actual alien that came to Earth, and that's also how the Ten Rings came to Earth as well. They came from space, from aliens. The Mandarin got his hands on the Ten Rings and created the Ten Rings organization. Now, from this trailer, it seems very clear that the Mandarin wanted his son, Shang-Chi, to grow up and be strong enough to
kind of like be like his father,
use the rings, and of course lead the Ten Rings organization. And we can see how brutal and hard Shang-Chi's training was. We see a young Shang-Chi get hit in the rib cage at the same time with some pretty thick weapons, and this is all at the hands of his father, training him to basically be unstoppable. Now, we learned from the last trailer and from this trailer that Shang-Chi didn't really want any part of that. So eventually, he runs away. He runs from his father, and as we heard Michelle Yeoh's character say in the beginning, "You are your mother," and they do show his mother. However, we don't really see her again, so we could probably assume that she died. Otherwise, Shang-Chi probably wouldn't have ran away from his mother. But she could be hiding in that other sacred city. We'll have to wait to find out. Now, one of the persons that trained Shang-Chi was also his father's second-hand man, Death Dealer. That's this masked character that we see all throughout the trailer. Now, Death Dealer in the comics was Li Qing-lin. In the comics, he was an MI6 agent, but he double-crossed them and he started to work for Fu Manchu, Shang-Chi's father, who of course in the movie is going to be Wenwu. He was almost killed by Shang-Chi at one point in time, and then Shang-Chi's father, Fu Manchu, gave him the attire and title of Death Dealer. And from there, he would become one of Shang-Chi's greatest enemies. Now, eventually, Shang-Chi's father, as we learned in the last trailer, decided that Shang-Chi's time is up and it's time for him to come back home. So he sends his men after him, but as he says in this trailer, "I told my men that they wouldn't be able to kill you, and I'm glad they were right." And he knows this because he trained him. He knows that his men are no match for Shang-Chi. Now, when he finally finds him, he is at this underground tournament. But we know from this trailer and the teaser trailer that there is a bus scene where Wenwu's men go after Shang-Chi. This is probably the first time they go after him, and this is separate from this tournament scene. And in return, this kind of gives us an explanation of why Shang-Chi is at this tournament. He is looking for his sister, Zai Ling. And it looks like he tracks her down to this tournament because in one of the scenes, he's actually fighting her. Then Wenwu's men come, they capture Shang-Li, and in return, his friend Katie, played by Awkwafina, and his sister Zai Ling. We see all of them with Wenwu and Razor Fist in the helicopter, and they are brought back to the Ten Rings headquarters. Now, from here, it almost seems like Wenwu actually needs Shang-Chi for something. It seems very clear that Shang-Chi is not going to take over the Ten Rings organization and take his father's spot, and it doesn't really look like Wenwu wants to give up the mantle or the Ten Rings either. So what is the true purpose of him bringing him back to his homeland? And I think that Wenwu might actually need Shang-Chi to get to the dragon, to get to the sacred city. I think the city might be hidden, and there are several scenes here where we see Shang-Chi, his sister, and some other people looking over water at a distant location in the back in the mountains, which does seem like it's a location that is on the wall in some of these carvings that they look at that eventually water comes out of. So I believe that this is maybe a hidden city that only Shang-Chi could find the entrance to. His mother seemed to be teaching him a little bit about that in the very beginning of the trailer when he was younger, and it's possibly something that his father does not know, but knows that Shang-Chi knows how to get there. And it looks like that probably happens as we do see a fight in a city, which is probably this ancient sacred city, and we don't really see it much in this trailer, but in the teaser trailer we do see dragon-like creatures flying around. We also have food dogs that have seemingly come to life, and if you notice, there are actually 2 food dog statues right on the outside of what appears to be an entrance to that sacred city. Now from here, once everybody gets inside, not just Shang-Chi but Wenwu as well, a war pretty much breaks out, and Shang-Chi decides that it's his duty to protect the city. He speaks to the dragon. It seems like something is awakened inside of him. He rejoins the fight, and that's when we see him yell at his father, "Is this what you wanted?" And from here we see them fight, and we see them fight with the 10 rings. Now in the comics, the rings are actual rings that you put on your fingers. I am personally glad, however, that they changed them to sort of bracelets because they look really cinematically pleasing, and it looks like they have definitely changed
I ain't gonna lie, they look good though.
Up their powers and what they do just a little bit here. For starters, it looks like they are being used as actual weapons, meaning each one of them has a specific ability, but in this trailer we can see that Wenwu sometimes uses them as a sword-like object or a whip-like object, alongside of also using them as sort of energy projection devices, which is essentially what they do. In the comics, each ring controls a different aspect. One controls lightning, one controls fire, one controls air that can even make the user fly, and each one has a very specific power, but it looks like in the movie that is not going to be the case. It looks like the rings overall give you power together. However, in the final scene where Shang-Chi is versing his father, you notice that the rings are actually split. It looks like Shang-Chi has 5 rings and his father has 5 as well.
I was saying, they got 2 different rings.
This leads me to believe that you can use the rings on their own, but obviously they would be much more powerful combined. But I'm glad that you can actually use them not all together, not 10 rings being together, because this is going to make for an awesome fight at the end. Shang-Chi harnessing the power of rings and his father doing the same, but also probably trading rings back and forth, getting more from each other until eventually, and I'm gonna say Shang-Chi, gets 10. And from there, it's over. You're not gonna beat Shang-Chi when
Well, I was saying, basically, Shang-Chi gonna win, though, at the end, though.
He has all 10 rings. But overall, this movie looks like it's going to be pretty dang good. It's pretty different from what Marvel has done in the past, which I really like, but it also sets up Shang-Chi to be a future Avenger. He's a character that is pretty powerful on his own, being the master of Kung Fu, but then you give him the 10 rings, and he's pretty up there. His power levels with the 10 rings are pretty high, definitely making him more of a stronger Avenger. Like, he could probably take on Iron Man and Captain America, no problem. Thor is going to give him a run for his money, but Thor is a god. So let me know what you think about this new Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Rings trailer in the comments down below. For more breakdowns and MCU videos, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Oh, shit. Anyway, man, leave a like, man, to my channel, ain't a bit for new. Any zones of the man, let me know in the comment down below. That was Shang-Chi trailer breakdown, 10 rings explained, Abomination versus Wong. That's Wong right there. We see the screenshots, the set photos, man. You know what I mean? You could tell that's Wong, though, man. Y'all see the photos, that's Wong, that's him, and that's Wong right there. You feel me, man? Hidden details, man. But yeah, I'm excited for the movie, man. The trailer, the second trailer make it more excitement, you know what I mean? Because they show a lot more in the trailer. Because the first one was like, it was good, but it was like, you feel me, man? But this one, man, like, oh shit, hold on, let me wind right, but hold on, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, it made it more better, like, made it more excitement. So now I'm definitely excited for the movie. Now I'm definitely, I know. So yeah though, man, 9-3 I think, 9 something. But yeah, leave a like to my channel, man. Yeah, I'm out. Alright, peace.